Hello, welcome or welcome back to True Seekers Tea. My name is Kate and thank you for being here for our pick a card reading. So we're going to be looking at what is currently being hidden from you about this person. What are they not telling you? What are they holding back? So there will be extended readings for each pile, just depending on what comes through to go in deeper. My personal readings are open in case you guys are curious about that. As usual, there are 3 piles to choose from. For pile number 1, we have the Cosmic Slumber Tarot with this blue adventuring raw crystal. For pile number 2, we have the Lucid Minds Tarot with this orange calcite raw crystal. And for pile number 3, we have the Starspinner Tarot with this Amazonite raw crystal. So take whatever time you need. If you want to pause the video here, go ahead and just tune into the pile that you're feeling the most drawn to. There will be an energy check-in for each of the piles. So if it really doesn't resonate in the first part, you might want to pick a different pile. Also, of course, if you don't want to listen to the energy check-in, you can totally skip to the next part. So I will have the timestamps linked down below, the extended reading links on both Vimeo and Gumroad, links to my personal readings, and then the names of these decks in case you guys are curious. So without further ado, I'll see you at your pile. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. We are going to be looking at what a certain person you have on your mind is not telling you. So we are going to start off with an energy check-in to see how you view this person, and that will help you figure out whether or not this is the right pile for you. So, Spirit, please allow me to give the most honest and concise answers to pile number 1 that are in alignment with the highest good of all beings. So, who is this person that pile number 1 is wanting to read into? Who is this person? How would pile number 1, how do they currently view this person? So this is going to be subjective and it's going to be from your point of view. How does pile number 1 view this person? We have Justice Libra coming through. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. King of Cups. You may be waiting for this person to make something right with you, or you might feel like that's kind of owed here. With the Ace of Wands in reverse and the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, you might perceive this to be someone as like they are going to make things right with you once maybe they get their life together, or like they get more energy, essentially. Like you might feel like they're a part of why they haven't taken a certain action toward you has to do with like their energy levels and maybe having a lot on their plate, but you do feel like this is someone who has deep feelings for you and wants to do right by you. How does pile number 1 view this person? The 10 of Cups. Okay, so I do feel like you could see a very you feel like this person, you could have like a really beautiful future with them. You might even for some of you, if you are married to this person, it could just be that maybe you haven't like connected as much recently, but you do have this like trust that they do really care about you, and that there is this future potential. But not everyone has to be married to this person. It could just be that you see the potential for that, or like a partnership. I feel like you view this as like definitely like a partner to you, or potential partner. Yeah. How does pile number 1 view this person? Yeah, 4 swords in reverse. Like, they seem to be needing rest, or like they're very burnt out. You know, they're maybe very tired even, or it's just like they've been very busy. They have so much on their plate that they hardly have enough energy for themselves, or like to even take care of themselves. And so it's like you just feel like they are not their usual selves right now. And I feel like you might be giving this person like space or understanding on the premise of them having like a lot going on, or really needing like grace or patience. What else? Yeah, but you could feel like this person isn't really prioritizing you right now. You maybe feel like this person would want to prioritize you, but um, they're maybe having a hard time keeping a balance. Yeah, balance here with justice too. A balance between maybe work and relationships, or um, they're trying to find a balance point between the two, or all of the different priorities that we have in our life. I just feel like this person's kind of dropping the ball and with the connection with you. But there's understanding here for that. How does pile number 1 view this person? You're the High Priestess in reverse. Maybe you feel like this person isn't really connected with themselves right now, or because of being busy and like maybe being so focused on like the pentacles, maybe they don't have a lot of time for inner reflection, or to yeah, like connect with themselves right now. You know, it's almost like you're viewing this person as being disconnected from themselves, um needing to get in touch again with themselves. Like this, I feel like this is someone who needs a vacation, or needs like a retreat or something like that. How does pile number 1 view this person? 5 of Swords in reverse. Okay, we have the Sun in reverse here too. So yeah, maybe you even feel there's just this overall vibe of feeling like there is happiness here, that there is potential between the two of you, that there is love even. But it's almost like when the clouds are covering the sun, it's like the sun is still there. You know what I mean? So maybe you feel like this is someone who's like is always there, or like there could be certain changes, you know, going on in life, but you ultimately feel like there's like a constant between the two of you. But yeah, it could just be that right now things are running bleak, or it's hard to see the bright side of things. But you certainly are seeing the bright side of things. I just think maybe you feel like this person is struggling right now. And I do feel like with the 5 of Swords in reverse, it could even be like an energy, maybe feeling like this person is feeling defeated, or feeling discouraged in their life. But definitely, maybe you feel like this person is like self-sabotaging the connection with you, but there's almost like this belief that in their heart and in their intuition, like they do want the connection with you too. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see, we'll really see what this person isn't telling you, because I do feel like this might be good to just clarify if this perspective is right, because if this person hasn't been like showing up for you and things like that, I just feel like it's important to see like what's really behind that. So all right, let's see what they're not telling you. Get a sip of water. Also, the Sun card is almost always a positive card. Even when it's in reverse, it's like there's an acknowledgement of positivity, or of there's like an optimism there, even if things are bleak right now. What is pile number 1's person not telling them? With the 6 of Cups. Also, it's kind of interesting that you chose the Cosmic Slumber Tarot, because it's almost like there's like a winter time period, or like a sleepy vibe coming through, or like someone that's tired. But what is pile number 1's person not telling them? Four of Wands. 10 of Cups in reverse. Queen of Swords. we clarify the Six of Cups? The Seven of Swords in reverse. We clarify the Four of Wands. The Chariot in reverse. Can we clarify the Ten of Cups in reverse? Ugh, the Page of Cups in reverse. Can we clarify the Queen of Swords? The Three of Cups. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. I feel sad kind of in this because I almost feel like this person maybe thinks that, like, I feel like they're aware that you have this hope for like a reunion. I'm getting like really strong reunion vibes here, with the Six of Cups and the, like Four of Wands here. And I feel like, yeah, that's like very like soulmate like energy, but I do feel like with the Seven of Swords in reverse, like I'm just wondering if this is, like with the Chariot in reverse, it just feels like there's like a lack of victory, or it's like something that isn't really moving forward. And like the Page of Cups in reverse can kind of be my like naive card, or like when we're kind of like in a fantasy a little bit. And so I just feel like maybe this person doesn't tell you that they maybe feel like, or they see that you know, you might be like there might be a little bit of like a fantasy element here. And maybe there's a part of you that is in denial or not being honest with yourself about things aren't going to move forward or aren't moving forward. Because with the Queen of Swords here, I do feel like that's kind of cutting through the fog. And yeah, I just feel like they maybe know that there's a little bit of like a fantasy here. And with the Queen of Swords, it's almost like I'm just seeing that there's like blood on her here. And so I just almost feel like if this person is like, maybe feels like you don't have the truth, or you're not being honest with yourself about the truth. Because I just feel like with the Eight of Cups or Eight of Pentacles in reverse, like to me, I'm kind of getting an energy where it's important to know like when to stop working on something or when to try like something new. Hold on. Okay, so I feel here with the Page of Cups in reverse and the Ten of Cups here, it's like I almost feel like this person is aware that you potentially, like the way that you're maybe envisioning like the future with this person, um I just feel like there's an awareness on your person's part that um maybe like they're not really living up to this like dream that you kind of have of like a happily ever after. And I feel like there could just be like a sense of disillusionment, you know? um yeah, and with the Eight of Pentacles, this can also be an energy of sometimes like misdirected energy, or maybe you know, putting a lot of work into something, but then not getting the results that you want. But it also can be an energy here where your person almost like knows that they're not in, there's like an energy here of like neglecting this connection, and like not putting in the work that's needed, um, like not being dedicated. Like, I don't know if this person is dedicated. But I just want to understand more. So, because I am concerned with the Three of Cups here that like maybe this person isn't taking the connection as seriously. Um, you know, like maybe they're not really, maybe like you got your guys's like goals are not really in alignment. And so it could be creating the situation where I feel like you might be wanting to put effort into something that maybe this person knows is not really in alignment with what they're wanting. Um, but it's like, yeah, there's something imbalanced here where it like can't really move forward. Or maybe it's like there's this person feels like there's maybe like denial about why it isn't moving forward. Um okay. Can we clarify, what is the Seven of Swords in reverse about? Yeah, the King of Wands in reverse. Like, maybe this person feels like I don't even know. Or like maybe that if like a truth came out, but like that's what I'm trying to do in this reading. There really wouldn't be a way forward. But with the King of Wands, I just feel like this can be like a very like selfish energy where a person really just isn't really thinking about another person and like what they want. And I feel like they're just kind of selfishly like pursuing what they want and they're not really open to compromise. Okay, can we clarify the Chariot in reverse? We have the Sun. I just keep getting this energy of like being like very optimistic about this person, about this connection, like seeing a future even though things aren't moving forward. And I almost feel like it's almost like they maybe know that your perspective of like why things aren't moving forward or why there isn't a lot of dedication is like with the Page of Cups, like there just could be some level of um I feel like that there could be immaturity with this person as well. I just need to I need a lot of clarification for this for some reason. I don't know why. Can we clarify the Page of Cups in reverse? The Four of Pentacles. Yeah, like I wonder if you're like holding on to this person or like they kind of feel like you don't really want to let go of the future with this person or like this connection, like you like maybe this person feels like you're very like attached to it. And also maybe that you're not really opening yourself up to putting your energy elsewhere. Like, yeah. To clarify the Three of Cups, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe this person even feels like maybe you are needing to take things more seriously in your own life or something like that. Like they almost feel like maybe you are needing to get real practically. This is like what they're not saying to you. Maybe they feel like you need to mature or work on your material world. Like maybe they feel like that's something you should be doing or that you're like not really dedicated to. Like maybe they feel like you're more dedicated to the relationship than um your own security. Can we clarify the Queen of Swords? Nine of Swords in reverse. Yeah, like I almost feel like there's this energy of them feeling like you're maybe not concerned enough or maybe this person feels anxious about maybe feeling like you should be a little more like stressed or under pressure or like concerned about negative outcomes rather than kind of holding on to like an idealistic future or something like that where everything's going to improve without there being significant work put in. I do feel like you're willing to do that, but I just feel like what they're not telling you is like maybe they just see you as a little bit idealistic and not super in touch with like reality in a way or like the hard cold like truth of things. And um yeah, like they maybe feel like there's like a lot of fantasy here or like like you're maybe gonna be like disillusioned to the truth or like I don't know, they just almost feel like you need like this is like what they're saying. I'm sorry, it's kind of hard for me to say it, but it's like they almost feel like you're in need of a reality check or you're in need of um like getting real or taking things seriously and like seeing you know your blockages or what is holding you back right now, more logically, more seriously, like instead of almost going like everything will be fine, but it's like there's a need to kind of with this is the Knight of Pentacles of making sure that there's like this reliable energy where it's like realizing that relationships really need to be that they take a lot of work. And I don't know, maybe this person feels like there are things in the 3D that you could be doing to help maybe move this forward. I'm not 100% sure yet. I need to clarify even more. Can we clarify the 10 of Cups in reverse? The 4 of Swords. Can we clarify the 4 of Wands? Yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting here is like, I feel like this person almost is feeling that there maybe is an imbalance in the connection, or like maybe that you are looking for stability from them, or you're looking for, like they're almost afraid of partnering up with you and then you kind of being like someone who just expects to receive a lot, or like doesn't have a realistic expectation of the give and take in relationships or something like that. And I feel like especially financially, maybe. Can we clarify the 6 of Cups? Yeah, the Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I just feel like this person almost feels like your emotions maybe are, again, there's this very like childlike energy, or maybe they even feel like you're sheltered or something like that. And so maybe they feel like you have like a worldview that's skewed, or like you maybe feel like everything's gonna work out. Um, without you really having to face challenges, or put like certain like hard day in day out work into things. And maybe they feel like your idea of a marriage or like a home is one where you kind of are more on the receiving end, and like you might expect this person to give a lot. I don't know if this is true. This is just what they're not saying to you. And so yeah, I just feel I want to clarify again. Can we clarify the 7 of Swords here? The 9 of Cups in reverse. Like, I don't know. Maybe this person even feels like they maybe have more doubts than they've shared with you, or maybe this person isn't really being honest about what they really want, or um there's also an energy here of almost like this person, I don't know if this is like what they're afraid of or what is happening depending on your situation, but it's the 9 of Cups in reverse can be an energy where you get what you think you wanted and then it's not what you wanted. And it's like, I feel like this person maybe is concerned that maybe you have an idealistic version. I don't know why I just said virgin. I don't know why this person feels like you're so like, I don't know, like maybe they feel like you maybe lack real world skills or something like that, or like adversity, or like willpower, you know what I mean? It's almost like they almost feel like you're like this delicate like thing where they maybe don't trust that what like maybe that your expectations aren't realistic. um yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. I have so many questions still though. I want to see, like, I'm gonna, in the extended reading, I want to look at what this person really wants for this connection, like, and what their intentions actually are. Um, yeah, especially, like, definitely that, but, I just feel like they're kind of I feel like maybe what you don't know is, like, this person might be unsure of this connection, or unsure of if this is what they really want. Like, they might feel like they don't really know if this is what they really want, which is sad and hard, but, like, I'm kind of getting that, like, where maybe they are, yeah, like, they just feel like they're definitely, like, assessing the situation. Um, And maybe they even feel like they don't know if, like, maybe they thought that they wanted this too at one point, but maybe they feel like they're not being honest with themselves about like the obstacles to this connection, or like what's really realistic. You know, it's almost this energy of real life not matching up with like the vision of something. So like I'm almost imagining like someone getting married. So I don't know if this is someone you married and maybe they're feeling like it's not really like what they expected it to be like, and they maybe feel like there's an imbalance here of give and take, and um they don't know if like they're being honest with themselves about like if this is really what they want, or if this is really like the vision that they have. um and I feel like they don't want to maybe see where they're not super happy, or they don't want to like admit it, or they don't, maybe they like really wanted this, because like the Nine of Cups in reverse is energy where it's like you did really want something, and then you kind of are in the situation, it's not making you happy. And so I just feel like, I don't know, like I just feel like this person is just, maybe they're even feeling a little bit disillusioned, or feeling like they had like an image of what this connection would be, and they may, it's like either they don't feel like it's gonna be that in the future. um but yeah, I don't know, I feel like they should communicate this though. But I do feel like, especially like with the Four of Swords in reverse, like where I feel like, you know, that this person has been, you know, maybe like not being as like present with you, or like that, you know, that they're like working on a lot. Like I almost feel like in that energy of feeling like overworked or depleted, I feel like that's especially when they start to feel like this was maybe like sort of more of a fantasy, or like something that they pictured. They just were like, I didn't think it was going to be like this, you know what I mean? And like I'm trying to be optimistic about, you know, the challenges that we have, but I almost, maybe they even feel like they're starting to be like a little bit naive, or maybe they feel like they were naive in the past. Because yeah, it's also, sorry, this is like a really tough message, you guys. I'm really sorry, but with the Three of Cups here, like maybe they feel like when things were more casual with you, um it's like they had like that felt more balanced. But maybe they're like, oh, when there's like more commitment, or like there's marriage involved, they maybe feel like maybe you guys aren't like the best partners, or like maybe you aren't the best. Like I'm sorry, like that's what I'm getting, is like, because with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, it's kind of like, you know, maybe it's like maybe this is someone that they like, sorry, I'm just so sorry to like give you this message, but I have to be honest. It's like maybe they kind of got carried away in like the beginning of things, or like when things were more lighthearted and there weren't all these responsibilities and things hadn't really played out yet. And so they're like, maybe I was foolish for like thinking that because we had this like fun, or like this kind of connection together, that this would be a good like partnership and like a good marriage. And yeah. Ugh, I don't know, you guys, I'm sorry. I feel like this person really is questioning the connection though. I feel like they're feeling a little bit naive and disillusioned. I do feel like there's a little bit of feeling like they wish there was more maturity from you, or like, yeah, I'm just seeing all that glitters. Yeah, I feel like this person is maybe feeling like they're having to do everything alone. Um, and like maybe things looked better than they were, and like now that they kind of get more, I'm just so sorry if this is like your person. By the way, you could be, for some reason this could be a reverse reading, where what, maybe this is what you're not saying to someone else, by the way. um but only take this if this resonates. Like this is a specific reading, and so I don't want you guys that are like genuinely like building something with someone else. I just feel like this is the situation where I feel like there is some level of like partnership between the two of you, or like that's definitely on the table. And like this person is kind of like neglecting you a little bit. But like your position is that you're very like optimistic about things, and you know that this person um you like loves you and like wants this, and that things are going to get better. And I feel like what your person isn't telling you, that they are feeling like
like kind of disillusioned. Like I feel like this person is losing faith in the like 10 of cups, because you had the 10 of cups there, and so I feel like you're still very much feeling like there is fulfillment in this future together. And I feel like your person might feel like they've put like a lot of work into this connection, only to maybe feel like they don't know if it's what they want. And they're, yeah, and like to feeling like maybe they're giving too much, or I don't know. It also, with the Queen of Swords here, like maybe they did talk to someone like that was very like straight up with them, you know what I mean? Or like maybe someone like said something that kind of cut through their illusion, or like they maybe are feeling like someone like pointed something out, or someone that's very much a straight shooter might have given them like a hard truth. You know what I mean? Like this could even be like a therapist or someone they're talking to about it. And I just feel like this person is concerned that you guys might be like holding on to this like fantasy of like what you want the relationship to be like, but like maybe avoiding the truth that the real life situation is not really turning into that, and it's not fulfilling. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, you guys. Sorry, it took me a second to fully get in that energy. I'm just gonna put more light. Okay. So can we clarify what this person is not telling pile number one? Yeah, you guys, I'm really sorry. Like, this is what I'm getting. Like, we have all that glitters is gold. Like, I feel like there's a disillusionment of feeling like maybe things like looked really good, or like things were too good to be true in some way, or like maybe they even feel like the kinds of things that they were like attracted to in the situation like are not really authentic to them. Maybe they're even having like a personality crisis, or like they might be having like a energy where they maybe realize that maybe they've been like too material, or like what they've been drawn into isn't really going to bring them long lasting fulfillment. So you guys, I'm actually really sorry if like that situation, like this is what I'm getting. Yeah. Because all that glitters is gold is essentially saying like something can look very like alluring and like positive and shiny, and you know you can be very attracted to it, but it's like you should be more focused on the inside. And so I almost just feel like this person is maybe feeling like they've been too externally focused, and like maybe they haven't been considering the type of relationship, or like what they want to build on a more deeper level. Like I feel like, yeah, we have time to go here in reverse as well. Like I do feel like this person is feeling like maybe there's a need to accept that this isn't something that is going to be successful with the Chariot, because like the Chariot, they might even be feeling like they're really like trudging things forward, or like pushing against like a wall, you know what I mean? Or like I feel like they feel like there are just a lot of challenges, and I feel like they're getting like worn down trying to overcome them. And I think they are trying to stay positive though, but there is a growing feeling within them that, you know, maybe this isn't like getting better, or this isn't going to turn into what I hope for. Or maybe what I originally hoped for, or like wanted this connection to be, isn't even realistic. And so now I need to go back to the drawing board about like what I even want, or like what I'm doing, what vision I have, like what's going to make me happy. Because maybe this person always thought that this is like, this might have fit into some kind of a mold that they really felt was like ideal, like an ideal life. And then it's like kind of getting into that ideal life and it not being the, you know, the fantasy, the, you know, the dream that they imagined. And I don't feel like it's your fault. I feel like it's like, yeah, I just feel like this person wasn't realizing what the reality would be. And I just feel like this is a really tough situation, because this is one of those things where it's like love isn't enough, you know what I mean, for a relationship, because I do feel like there is love here. But I just feel like they maybe are recognizing that love is not enough. I also feel like it's possible that this person was attracted to you for more superficial reasons. And I feel like if anything, this is highlighting a need to be more less superficial, you know what I mean? But maybe this person almost had to go through this whole, it's not to say you are superficial, it's just to say that whatever was drawing this person toward you inside of them, maybe wasn't really connected to like a true vision that they had for themselves, like a, you know what I mean? It wasn't like really connected with their authentic self. Okay, so for pile number 1, and like you don't have to be married with this person. It could just be that there maybe was like a connection where it definitely seemed like you guys were on the track to being partners, or like you were kind of seeing it that way. Like you guys had talked about the future and stuff and like we're working toward that, or you like literally got into like a marriage. Partnership was on the table for this group. But it might have started off like very fun and like lighthearted kind of. Yeah, okay. So for pile number, and if that's the case, I just feel like this person maybe is feeling like their original like draw toward you, like I don't know. I just like hate saying it. So like, you know what I'm saying. So anyways, okay, we have Cancer energy. I don't know if I already said that, but Leo and Cancer. Okay, so for a lot of childlike energy coming through, like I just feel like this person like does have a lot of fun with you, or does feel like there is that connection. Yeah, we have serendipity. Yeah, you guys, this is like what I'm getting here is yeah, I'm going to take these both because they were just right there, but I'm going to read them to you just to kind of confirm and like let you know what's going on. So okay, so it says illusions and wishful thinking rooted in a sense of lack have entered your life. Now may be the time to see things as they truly are, not as you hoped or imagined they would be. Release any fear, then envision anew. Perhaps you're anticipating that something fearful might happen, blah, blah, blah. So it says, yeah, that's mainly what I'm getting. So it's saying clear the inner slate and stay grounded, stay real. Only then can you have what you truly desire. And then we have, perhaps you felt almost certain that serendipitous events were meant to lead to something better. It was supposed to be the perfect business, or the person you gave your heart to was supposed to be the one, yet it all fell apart. Consider this. Sometimes synchronicity and serendipity come together to lead you directly into difficulties in order to deliver an important lesson you need to learn before you hit the jackpot. Don't get caught up in the drama of disappointment. There is a silver lining. The spirit is guiding you. Pay attention to the signs presented to you. So yeah, like that's 100% what I'm getting is like this disillusion. Yeah, and then also with the yin here, like when this is in reverse, this can be an energy where the guidance of it is saying like you need to receive in your relationships as well. And so maybe this person was really like focused on, you know, proving themselves to you, or you know, really trying, it maybe in an overly masculine energy where they're trying to like prove themselves and give. And I think this person's almost realizing like I need to receive as well, and maybe they just don't feel like they receive in the way they need to here. What else? Or what is this person not telling? Pile number 1. Yeah, exchanging gifts. Like I feel like there's this energy of feeling like there are imbalances in the connection, and like a true connection really needs there to be like give and take in the situation. Yeah, like that's what it's about, giving and receiving, like what I was just kind of saying. Yeah. Okay, so blah 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 blah. If you let fear, okay, so it says love is an exchange of life force energy between two beings. It grows exponentially when it's reciprocated. You must give and receive in order for love to flourish and abundance to follow between you. Spirit wants you to start accepting all the blessings waiting for you, as well as offering the same gift in return. Yeah, and then the protection message here is be careful what you pray for, because you might get it and then realize you don't want to face the hefty price tag that comes with it. You find yourself in a situation you've always desired, but you know you have to walk away from it or even fail at it because you can't or won't pay the dues asked of you. And so these are just examples of that. Is like, imagine in your head you're like dreaming about being a famous musician, but then to do that you have to practice your craft every single day. It's saying that everything kind of bears a cost as well. So yeah, it's also saying being only the giver and not the receiver plays out in many relationships in your life where you find yourself in victim mode or in a codependent dynamic, or holding on to a false sense of control. Others may continue to push and prove yourself. It's time to distance yourself from this kind of imbalance. There's a need to be aware of both give and take. It's the first step toward your true destiny. It's all good. Yeah, so I'm getting it really strongly, like what I was saying. So let's see what we can do for the extended. Okay, so I want to look at, in the extended reading, where is this connection headed? What are this person's next actions likely going to be? What is your best next action given the situation? I want to see like what you're meant to learn or just overall guidance for, helping you in the situation. Yeah, and so I'm going to I almost am wondering if I just feel like each side could have came to this reading, but I'll just stick to that. I'll look at what lesson is each person learning in the situation. So we're going to look at where's the connection likely headed, this person's next actions, your best next action, and then what is each party's guidance or what are they meant to learn from this? So I'll have that link down below in the description box. You can access the extended through either Vimeo or Gumroad link. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. If you did enjoy, if you're able to hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe before you go. And yeah, sorry, my brain is slightly dead right now, but thanks for being here and I hope to connect again soon. Hello, pal number 2. Welcome to your reading. We're going to be looking at what your person is not telling you, what they are hiding. It doesn't necessarily have to be something negative. It's just whatever they are holding back from saying to you. So we are going to start off with an energy check-in to see how you view this person. So it's going to be subjective from your perspective, and hopefully that'll give you a better idea of whether or not this is your pile or a person that you are wanting to hear more about. So Spirit, please tune me in to pile number 2's energy. Please tune me to the connection that they're most wanting clarity on. Please allow me to get honest and concise answers that are for everybody's highest good. Okay, so for pile number 2, how does pile number 2 view the person that we are going to be looking at, seeing what they're not telling them? So how does pile number 2 view this person? Okay, that came out very quick. So we have the 6 of Cups. We have the Page of Swords. We have the 4 of Pentacles and then the 4 of Cups here. I'm wondering, this might just be for some of you, but this could be someone that you have some kind of familiarity with, or maybe you have a past with them. But it feels like with the Page of Swords here, it's almost like maybe you're trying to learn more about them. Because it could be that you do have some sort of, even for some of you, like a childhood connection with them. But if not that, it could just be that you feel a sense of familiarity with them and you feel like you maybe would have a really good connection, or you feel like there's just a natural comfortability, a natural like innocence and pull toward them. But there is this energy of maybe feeling like they are hard to reach, or not like super open, with the 4 of Cups here. Like maybe they don't seem, it just seems like they're not really open to outside energies, or they're kind of closed off, yeah, or not paying attention. How else does pile number 2 view this person? Yeah, we have the Hermit here. So, and that did kind of flip upside down, but either way, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I do feel like you're viewing them as someone who maybe keeps to themselves or doesn't share a lot of information about their inner world. Yeah, like it just seems like they're the kind of person who follows their own guidance and is good at being on their own. Like they might like to even like process things by themselves. They're a very like internal person. So I do feel like it's possible that this can be the kind of person that it's almost like the hermit era, and I consider that a time period where you're not really interested in um like new friendships, new relationships, because you are needing to almost close yourself off to the stimulation of the world to maybe figure certain things out, or um yeah, it's just like you're going through an internal process, and it's like because so much energy is being put into yourself, um it's almost like that's just like a mode to be in. So I just feel like, yeah, it's just confirming that I think this person doesn't really isn't it maybe in a phase right now, or maybe this is just how you view them as a person, where they seem to be focusing on themselves or trying to find their inner voice, but like that could just come off like someone being kind of closed off. So yeah, you may ask about this person, or maybe even you've asked maybe this person's like family about them. Um, because if it's not with the Six of Cups here, where that isn't really resonating, if you don't really have a history with them, or you're just like curious about them, I feel like maybe you have asked this person's like family about them, or people that do have known them for a long time. Yeah, it just feels like you're trying to get a better idea of what's going on the inside with this person, because it's almost like hard for you to get an accurate view. Yeah, okay, so how else is pile number 2 viewing their person? The 5 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, and I do wonder if maybe you view this as someone who has been processing something emotionally, or has been going through some kind of change in their life where they've kind of needed time to process that. And it could even just be that you're hoping that there can be a reunion, or maybe once this person is kind of out of a in between stage where they're less emotionally available, maybe you are hoping that there will be an opportunity to reconnect. How is pile number 2 viewing this person? Yeah, we have the Fool in reverse, where it's like the Fool is an energy where you are on a fresh slate, and you don't have like a lot of baggage. For example, I feel like you view this as someone who um well, this is a lot of things. I feel like in a lot of ways there's someone who's not really open to taking risks right now, because they're just not in that clear energy. Like I just feel like this person's energy isn't one that's necessarily looking for new experiences, or looking to take risks, or looking for a new beginning, even, because I feel like maybe you do feel like this person is um not in a place to open up, or not in a place to start something new, like I kind of said with the 4 of Cups here as well. um yeah, with the 5 of Cups, it's just like this person is still processing maybe some sort of disappointment, um where they're maybe not seeing life from a super optimistic lens right now, where it's just like, oh, like go go go. It's almost like they're just processing something. um Yeah, I'm seeing the Ten of Swords in reverse here, so I don't know. Maybe there has been a difficult ending in this person's life. Um, but I feel like it's possible that whatever like emotional pain they've gone through, maybe they're just a lot less open now. What else for pile number 2? How is pile number 2 viewing this person? Yeah, the 8 of Wands here. I saw that wanting to come out. Can we clarify the Hermit? We have the 10 of Cups. Then the 3 of Wands in reverse here. Yeah, I feel like this is someone maybe that you could see there being a a strong positive potential for the 2 of you. Like maybe you feel like this person maybe just needs some new energy, or some fresh energy to kind of start moving on with their life, because with the 3 of Wands in reverse, that can be an energy of missed opportunities or a reluctance to expand or, yeah, look outside of their own world. So I feel like you're seeing them as someone who kind of has their life suction cup to their face a little bit, where they're not really able to see things clearly, or they're not really seeing what's all around them, or, how much potential there is for positive things or for things to change in a good direction. So I almost feel like there's this energy of maybe feeling like maybe you feel like you want to be something that helps this person maybe move out of a more solitary time period, or move out of a more, I feel like you almost want to get this person to like take a risk, or not in like a negative way, but almost something to get them not focusing on some sort of negative event, or you know what I mean? It's almost that energy of, I feel like this person needs someone to kind of push them out of their comfort zone or get them to switch up their energy. Um, because it's almost like, oh, I don't think it's like healthy for you to just, it's like, come on, it'll be fun. Like, when someone needs, kind of gives you a push to do something like you kind of have been putting off, or you just haven't really been open to new experiences. I feel like you are wanting to maybe help this person even see more of a positive future, or allow them to see that there is potential for like the 10 of cups, or like, and this is also can have to do with other people too. It's like the 10 of cups is not just the 9 of cups. It's like seeing that there are good communities, or you can imagine a future with a partner or with friends, and it's just a very abundant energy where there's balance within not just like yourself. It's like you're also a part of your community as well. And so I almost just feel like that is what I'm getting. um yeah, this is someone who maybe doesn't give a lot away, or it's like they don't want to go out of their comfort zone, like they're kind of hesitant to do that. Yeah, we have the 6 of swords here, because, and it could be with the 3 of cups. I did see this come out like with this. So there could be maybe a friend falling out, or they could be recovering from a negative experience with other people. Like maybe they felt betrayed, or yeah, maybe they just felt like they had to go internal. Because yeah, again, like maybe they did have a bad experience when it comes to connecting with other people, because the 3 of cups is all about community and celebration and friendship and having fun. And I am wondering if this person, well, I'm getting a couple of different things. Maybe they had some kind of a bad experience with that, and so now they're kind of hesitant to open up. Or it could just be that they're having a hard time being lighthearted, or they might just be kind of serious, or yeah, just having a hard time seeing the like lightening up and seeing the brighter sides of things. And I feel like this person has been in some kind of a heaviness. And yeah, the 6 of swords really makes me feel like that as well, because that can be talking about moving on from a difficult situation. And maybe this person just still is kind of looking into the past. Like the 5 of cups can be like that too, where um, you might view this person as someone, because they're so focused on the past and what's negatively happened there, they're not really open to new opportunities that in your mind like could turn out differently. And I agree with that. But yeah, with death here, there could be some kind of a transformation going on, where maybe you feel like this person is needing to kind of let the past go and rebirth essentially. So yeah. Okay, so what is this person not telling pile number 2? What are they hiding, or yeah, what have they been holding back from telling pile number 2? And I feel like there's probably honestly a lot with this person, because I'm just gonna get my water, but I feel like this person doesn't really share anything, or nothing that seems to be very vulnerable. So I can see why you'd be drawn to this reading. Okay, so what has pile number 2 been holding back from saying, not wanting to, what have they not told pile number 2? We have the Hangman, Pisces energy. You have the moon, Six of Pentacles, Cancer energy coming through. Yeah, this person does seem to be, I'm almost thinking about the moon card from another deck, but it's also Cancer energy, where Cancer energy can have this tendency to kind of want to stay in their comfort zone, or almost feeling like the sun is the opposite, where you are very much putting yourself on display. And I feel like the moon is more who you are in secret, or like even example, like your moon sign is who you are when no one else is around. And I feel like it also can represent our more vulnerable side, or like the side we don't show people. So yeah, Pisces in the moon card here, or I'm just thinking about Pisces and Cancer. So a lot of water energy coming through. The Six of Pentacles here as well. Okay. What is pile number 2 not telling? What is pile number 2's person not telling them? The Four of Cups. I mean, I don't think they have to tell you very much, but yeah, I am getting a very strong Four of Cups energy, where it's almost like this person is just trying to find emotional harmony within themselves. And it's like they're just, again, in the Hangman as well, is an energy where you are intentionally surrendering to what is. And I almost feel like this person would say that they feel like this is where they're supposed to be right now. And they also feel like they are aware of how they're kind of keeping themselves in a suspended state right now, but it's almost like they feel like they're maybe processing shadow content. Yeah. Okay. And I'm wondering here at the Six of Pentacles, oh, you know what I'm hearing is like, don't save her. She doesn't want to be saved. Wait, I want to look that up. What is that about? Okay, so I like to do this because Google gives such a quick AI summary of what the themes are. And oftentimes when I channel songs, the themes are usually relevant to the reading. And so I am getting, so it says, the line, don't save her, she doesn't want to be saved, a lyric from J. Cole's song, No Role Models, widely interpreted as a statement of non-interference in someone's self-destructive or independent path. It suggests that if a person has made their own choices and isn't seeking help, one shouldn't try to rescue them, as it may be unwelcome or futile. It's letting people make their own choices, even if those choices seem wrong. So essentially non-interference, not interfering if someone isn't asking for help, respecting other people's autonomy, even if those decisions don't seem to be good. Yeah. Okay. So, what is pile number 2 not saying to pile number 2? What is pile number 2's person not saying to pile number 2? Yeah, because that's what I'm kind of getting is it's almost like they're saying that they are intentionally surrendering to the darkness, or surrendering to this moon energy. And I feel like they almost just want to sit in their feelings, no matter, even if those feelings like are dark or are difficult. It's almost one of those times where you just feel like you need to be internal. And the Four of Cups energy oftentimes can be seen as a more negative card, or like someone that just isn't really open. But I feel like this is a very intentional energy that they're in. And the Four of Cups can be about the need to emotionally withdraw after being disillusioned, or kind of going through, it's almost like a time to get a new perspective. But it just feels like with the moon here, there could have been some level of disillusionment in their life. And I feel like they're actually sitting in this inactive time period, trying to see things from a different perspective. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay. What else? Yeah, and oh, by the way, after looking at, I was just saying they might be a little bit disillusioned. The Seven of Cups in reverse can be a card like that, where maybe something didn't turn out to be what you thought it was. and it's kind of caused, or like this person has gone through some kind of an experience where I feel like a situation has turned out, yeah, especially with the Ten of Swords here again. And I just feel like they're needing to process this or figure out how to move forward in a different way. And it's almost like they don't want to, they almost feel like they need to be the one processing the situation. Yeah, I'm getting the, I need to read. There's just like a perfect energy profile of what I'm getting from this person. And so I feel like, let me see, it's the water energy, but I do want to see. So it says okay, here. If you guys don't like this kind of energy where I'm gonna read a bit, you can just skip this. But so it says let matters flow. It says when the water element card presents itself in a spread, you can trust what you feel is the best course to follow. It's best to go with the flow and depending on the cards to trust that movement, although the changes may seem gentle and gradual. Sometimes the water element can indicate a need to withdraw and fight another day. It is a time to gather resources and gain strength before moving ahead. It also is saying there's this energy here. So it says, this card represents being connected to the flow of all things. It is also the ability to keep a secret or to work alone in privacy. It's probably best to not allow people or circumstances to pin you in or hem you in. Frankly, you have the ability to flow through any situation gently and gradually. So it says, you may be doing a lot of inner processing that will take you where you want to go. You have little energy and you want to withdraw. Yeah, so deeper levels of working and developing inside of you, but the work is not seen on the outside. So look inward, don't worry about the drama that surrounds you, avoid the commotion, sit still, flow, and trust your inner wisdom. It will not steal you, or what's it called? Put you in the wrong direction. And so I just feel like there's this energy like that with this person where although it might seem like they are stuck or like depressed or something, or really needing to be like shooken up, or like that they need to move like something like that, because it was kind of coming through like that, this person would want to say that they know what they're doing and like there is an intentional time period of surrender and inner processing that's going on that maybe I don't know, with the Six of Pentacles, it's almost like they might feel like they don't want to, they are not necessarily open to receiving help, or they don't want to feel, maybe they feel like people are misinterpreting them, or yeah, like not understanding what they're going through. And I just feel like this person doesn't really have the energy or like the desire to be more external and transparent about what's going on inside of themselves. Okay, so yeah, and this could be someone who at maybe in the past like was a lot more active externally, or maybe you just kind of want to see this person be their usual self. But I feel like this person wants to integrate this experience and surrender to it rather than kind of bulldoze through and just keep kind of jumping and moving on. I feel like they're in a very yin time period right now, which is a time period of inaction. Yeah. So, which I feel like oftentimes can be seen as less important or like nothing's happening, but it's kind of respecting that the yang energy, our culture really focuses on that a lot, and the yin energy is just as important, but it may be misunderstood. All right, what are they not telling pile number 2? Yeah, we have the Ten of Wands. Maybe that they're carrying a lot, or like they feel like they have a lot of baggage. Like look at this person, like with all of this stuff on their back. It could even be that they feel like they're like at their capacity and they really can't take on anything new right now, because they're maybe just feeling burdened, or like there's already a lot of baggage. And I feel like this might be painful because it's like maybe you want to like help this person, or maybe you wish that this person would allow you to help with some of this weight that they're carrying, but they may just feel like they need to deal with things on their own or privately. All right, what else for pile number 2? What is their person not telling them? Yeah, we have strength here, so Leo energy. And again, you know how I was saying that someone is, or when it comes to the water element, sometimes it's about gathering your strength before you move forward. And I also feel like there's this energy of feeling like there is strength in how they are. They feel like a sense of pride and a sense of not feeling like there's something wrong with being in this energy card. And like I feel like there's this energy of them wanting to say that they are okay and they are in their strength energy. It's just not external, and it doesn't it might not be showing right now, you know, with the sun here. But it's almost like they're saying their energy is still there. They just are in this energy of not feeling like being reactive. I feel like they're really working on surrendering to their triggers instead of acting on them, um, facing their fears as well. So like the strength card can be about facing your fears and not allowing your fears to control you. And I feel like they almost feel like what they're doing, surrendering and processing things, is a sign of strength rather than a sign of weakness, or that they really, you know, need someone to help them. You know what I mean? So they almost would want, they feel like maybe that they're being misunderstood, or like their withdrawal energy is not being like they would say that they feel fine, like that they feel in control, and they're not a victim. Like they don't feel like they're a victim, or they're not doing something productive. What else for pile number 2s? What would they say? We have the Page of Swords. Also, I'm imagining, I just saw like a vision of someone like being in a dark room and like kind of just being in a melancholic energy, and then I'm imagining someone come in and like pull all the blinds, and like them just feeling like very like irritated by that, or feeling like that's like an intrusion on them, you know. And I just feel like this person is wanting to be, you know, what I'm getting is kind of that song that is by Dixie, I think, and it's like Let Me Be Sad, like, and it's kind of the premise of not feeling like, you know, you have to be smiley all the time, or like have to hide your like what you're going through emotionally. I feel like this is someone who is actually just surrendering to deeper emotional things that they're going through. Yeah, so Page of Swords here. I need to get a couple more. So what would they want to say to or what, not what would they want to say, what are they not saying to pile number 2? What are they not telling them? 10 of Pentacles in reverse. 10 of Cups in reverse. And we have the Devil here. Interesting. So that's Capricorn energy as well. And so I am kind of getting that like this person is wanting to do maybe their own exploration right now around what kind of future they want, because I don't know what's going on with them, but it almost just seems like, again, there could have been disillusionment. So like some situations could be that maybe they've realized that what they always wanted actually isn't what they want. Or maybe they feel like very restricted with the Devil here by certain like traditions or ideologies, or maybe feeling like what other people think they should be doing isn't actually what makes them happy. And it's almost causing them to feel like maybe other people won't understand, or this is something that they have to carry on their own, because maybe they even feel like certain relation, I don't know if this is with you, but it just feels like if there is a very like, if there has been a very tight knit connection, they may even feel like a bit restricted by the familiar connections in their life at this time. And it almost just feels like maybe it's causing them more fear to figure, like, this person wants to be honest with themselves about their emotional experience and not be afraid to break out or explore maybe their deeper emotions, or like their, I feel like they're taking time to surrender to their fears and surrender to the feelings that maybe they had been suppressing for a while. And it's almost like them, and I feel like those feelings could really have to do with, because the 10 of Pentacles can also be like a family situation, but it also can represent, I don't know, some sort of a community or just some kind of tradition, you know. So this could even be like a friend group, or something that they had participated in the past, but maybe just are feeling the need to get away from some of this energy so they can process their truth and not run away from their feelings, or not feel like there's external pressure on them to go in a certain direction. Like, there's almost this energy of them wanting to find their own path and trying to see what bonds they might have that are more restrictive than um enhancing to them. Because I almost feel like, yeah, I just feel like there's this energy of maybe seeing, like, maybe there's been like some codependency with this person where um they felt like, I don't know, like it's giving the coagulation card where they might feel like their own self and their own truth can sometimes get lost in certain connections or certain ideas that they've been very attached to, because this can also be a card of like attachment. And so I feel like they're trying to figure out what they really want, like what they want their path to be like. And with the 10 of Wands here too, they could feel like there's a lot of pressure on them, or like they don't want to maybe carry the responsibility of something. It could even be, it's not, doesn't have to be this, but it does feel like, it's almost like, imagine that there was like a son and like a father, and the father always thought that the son wanted to take over the family business or do like the same thing, if that makes sense. Um, and there being like a growing distance between the two of them, and almost the father's misunderstanding of the son, and like maybe what they're going through can be confusing, you know what I mean? And to maybe realize that that isn't what they want. Maybe there's like this feeling of um feeling like they need to internally process things before they really share how they feel. But I don't know if that's to do with you, or if that's just like something going on in this person's life in general. But yeah, it does feel like this person is having an overall feeling of disconnect from, this could be like from their family or some place that they're from, and those traditions and values, and maybe just feeling like they can't go with the status quo anymore. And I feel like they're wanting to face their fears of maybe exploring new perspectives, or I feel like they almost feel like they have um been maybe avoiding this truth out of fear of going against the grain, or a fear of um I don't know, like, it's just like there can be a lot of pressure on people to stick with what's familiar to them, or like the path that other people think they should go down. And it just feels like with the Hangman here, it's like this person is getting a new perspective, and I feel like it's causing them to maybe have to do a lot of shadow work, or have to sit with some of their emotions that maybe they even feel like with you, or with like a group of people that they're usually around, like they maybe are very intentionally distancing themselves from those people, because they may feel like the difficult emotions aren't really appropriate for those places. And I feel like they don't want to have to just put on a happy face when they're not feeling happy. um yeah, and this could have to do with like what they're doing for work, or just whatever. Yeah, what, as I say that, we literally have the 8 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. And so this person could really be debating if what they've put all of this work into in their life is actually they did it because it's what they want for their future, or whether or not they did it out of like attachments. And it's almost like they're wondering if they've made fear-based decisions, and it does feel like, especially when it comes to what they're working on in their life. And so I just feel like there's almost this necessary disillusionment, withdrawal time period, where maybe this person, you are used to this person being a lot more upbeat or always down for a good time, like they maybe played the role really well. And so there might be this idea that they just need to get out again, or like they're just kind of in their head or something. But I feel like they're doing necessary processing, and maybe the reason why they might be not very open to you or to like their family, because I feel like they're feeling disconnected from their family, or they're maybe very intentionally distancing themselves from the people that have been closest to them. um and it just feels like that is intentional. um yeah, but there could be codependent relationships there where you know there's a fear to make decisions that are right for you or out of love, and like maybe the decisions come from more of a fear of breaking away, or a fear of um yeah, it's like feeling like you're doing things out of attachment rather than out of what's best for your soul. Like, yeah, that's what I'm getting. So okay, I want to see, let's get some more. All right, so what would they want to say? Or not, I keep saying what would they want to say, but it just almost feels like this is like what they're afraid of sharing. Maybe they don't feel like they're going to be accepted for it, or they could just be like afraid. But what would pile number two's person, what are they not telling pile number two? We have imagine in reverse. We have mending, chaos and conflict in reverse. We have clean it up here. Come to the edge, to be fair, and a change in the wind in reverse. And then serendipity here as well. So the imagine card is about almost, again, there's this disillusionment energy. So it's possible that this person has for a while been not wanting to see things as they really are. Or yeah, and so this card can kind of call you to see if the situation really, if you, what you want it to be or what you're imagining it to be is actually in alignment with like what actually is, essentially. And maybe there has been like healing that's been avoided, because there does seem to be, an avoidance of conflict. But I do feel I feel like there's this energy of not wanting someone to take on their burdens for them, or clean up their side of the street. Like there's almost this energy of them wanting to do this on their own. um yeah, because to clean it up in reverse can kind of talk about, the advice for the clean it up is to not focus too much on other people, or feel like it's your responsibility to take on other people's burdens. And so this could be an energy where you may really want to help this person, or maybe they even feel like the people around them really want to support them, but there's almost this energy of feeling like they don't want that. There's a little bit of this person feeling like there's some overbearing energy here that definitely means well, because I do feel like this person is aware that people mean well for them. But I feel like they're recognizing that they maybe have been avoiding change for a long time, or they're almost wanting to face these fears which have blocked them from living life more authentically or having more deep connections with people. And yeah, I do feel like maybe they even feel like other people are feeling more afraid than they need to about them, and maybe feeling like other people are maybe just resisting a change that's happening. But it just feels like this person is maybe even doing some like inner child healing, that is changing their perception of their life right now. Um, and I just feel like they don't want to avoid the chaos, or like if there has been conflict or change in their life, it's almost like this person is wanting to embrace it. Um, yeah. I want to see if there's any specific messages that comes through. Specifically, I want to just verify the Imagine card. Yeah, now may be the time to see things as they truly are, not as you hoped or imagined they be. Release any fear and then envision anew. Um, Perhaps you're anticipating that something fearful might happen and recreating that image of disaster over and over in your mind. Um, yeah, so I do feel like this person is just recognizing maybe how bad some of their anxiety has been, or how much their fears have been running the show in their life. And I feel like they almost are recognizing that they need to tend to these fears because they might feel like they've been living their life subconsciously through their fears. And it's like their anxiety is almost getting to a place where they feel like um they need to process it. It's almost like this person has for long enough not processed on a deep level internally, like their shadow content. And so it says each time we hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate the unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal: the pain, the memories, the echoes of resentments, the arguments, blah blah blah. So now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of old hurts to reclaim your power. um yeah, yeah, this person I feel like is really trying to surrender to their fears and their emotions that they'd usually rather avoid. Um, and it's almost like they're realizing the need to, it could even be with, to be fair here, like, I'm wondering if this person feels like they need, maybe they feel like in the past they maybe have been imbalanced in relationships, or it may be that this person maybe has relationships in their life where they are very generous to this person, and maybe it kind of enables this person to not have to face their fears, or not face their own shadow. Like some people maybe have protected themselves from themselves, and I feel like there's this energy of recognizing that, but also recognizing how this avoidance of their shadow, like it's not going to last, it's not going to work for them forever. And with, to be fair here, I feel like there is this energy of feeling like they really need to do the right thing, or they need to balance out their life in some way. Yeah, and cuz like they're surrendering, and I feel like this person maybe has been getting signs. It's kind of giving me the energy of when people like avoid what's worrying them to such a point where finally like the body starts getting panic attacks, and you have no choice but to pause and go, okay, like I can't ignore this problem any longer. Like I really need to like get help for it, you know? And I feel like that can be sometimes people's like first time like going to the therapist, or, you know, getting medication, because it's like you can push down what you're struggling with, but eventually it's going to start coming up in other ways. And I just feel like that's kind of what's happening with this person. And maybe they've been avoiding for a long time, needing to admit that the path that they're on isn't making them happy. But maybe they've maybe felt like very codependent with these familiar people, or like maybe they feel financially reliant, or they feel like people have been very generous to them. And they may feel like they've kind of given away their personal power, or they really need to take their power back with the strength card. Um, yeah. because the Four of Cups can be like an energy where there is a need to sit with the emotions and find balance within them. Because if you're constantly taking help or being open to the outside world, which I feel like this person maybe has tried to do, is like continue to distract themselves, or maybe not having to sit with their discontentment because, I don't know, they're always kind of moving or trying different things or something. And I just feel like this person has reached kind of the end of the line for that. Okay, what is this person not telling pile number 2? All right, we have the first chakra, we have victory. Yeah, and the first chakra, by the way, can be this energy of especially when it's imbalanced, being like very fearful. Like I feel like this can be one of those energies where you are someone that it's like they may not feel like grounded and secure in themselves, and it's almost like the first chakra sets up the rest of your chakras. And so it's this need to have a strong rooted energy where you feel safe and stable, you know, and like, and I just feel like this person's maybe recognizing that in order for them to be successful and get the outcomes that they want. Another message I'm getting from this duo here is that this victory card can talk about how, you know, you may have external victories, but if your internal world isn't, if you have been neglecting your internal world, and kind of give that feeling of disillusionment, or like even when you get something you want, it's like maybe I should be happy with my life, or I have the picture of, you know, what I thought would make me happy, and for some reason I feel less secure. I don't feel good, you know, I don't feel victorious, I don't feel like happy. And I feel like with the first chakra too, this also could be talking about if this person has had you know, not much to worry about on the like financial front, and maybe they have a lot of wealth built around them or something. You know, they may be feeling like they maybe, even with the 10 of wands here, like gotten to this point of I don't, they just want their victory to feel better. And I feel like it has to do with maybe internally. And so I feel like they've maybe been neglecting their internal world. So they may just be feeling like they don't even know what they want, or like they've maybe just been on autopilot, or not even paying attention to what's going on with themselves. Yeah, we have the temple path here. So I do wonder as well, for some people, like um even if this person has always had everything they need to succeed, you know, um because yeah, I wonder if this person has had like a lot of help given to them. But yeah, the temple path here is really talking about feeling like you've maybe been off of your path, or you haven't been making your spiritual or inner world a priority, and maybe you've been too focused on the material. I do feel like this is very spot on to what we're getting. So it says receiving this card is, yeah, you may have fallen off your path. You could be too focused on worldly possessions and material gain, or you may simply be maintaining old unhealthy habits of fear, limitation, worry, and doubt. And I am getting that. It says, whatever is distracting you, receiving this card reversed is a firm message that it's time to make your spiritual life and evolution a much higher priority. Not doing so represents an important loss of power. So clear your mind, meditate, and open up to the presence of spirit. Um, yeah. And so I just feel like there's this energy of recognizing they want more purpose or spiritual connection in their life. They want things to not just be about the physical, or, you know, materially maybe they have success, or maybe they're on the route to that, like for some people, like, or maybe they feel like there's an expectation on them to follow that path, but maybe they're feeling like that is like a hollow victory for them, or they're starting to recognize it. But I'm either getting the energy of someone that um has already cultivated a lot for themselves, but is maybe feeling like, because the 10 of wands can talk about an energy where um you know, when you achieve a lot or you become very successful, that just can kind of create a lot of responsibilities, or you might underestimate like the life of the responsibilities that are on your back that maybe come with like being very financially successful. And so either this person is almost like feeling this pressure or feeling this like weight on them to carry the same sort of load, and maybe them just feeling like they don't know if that's the path that they want, or maybe they have like a lot of fear about it, and like they've been trying to push down their fear and tell themselves that this, you know, it doesn't mean anything. But I feel like this person's almost like, I really need to like look at like why I've been so afraid, or like what's holding me back from this. Yeah, so what are they not saying? Yeah, yin and yang. So I am get this, when this card comes in this position, it's saying that this is a yin cycle. So like, yeah, this person is feeling like they're in this yin cycle and they feel like they need to honor it this time. Yeah, and with action reverse, it's almost like they feel like it's not the time for them to take action, because they feel like they've been focusing on the wrong things, or they just don't feel like the actions they're taking are pushing them in the direction they want, or they're just starting to feel more and more disconnected from what they're investing in. So yeah, this person's kind of going through a little bit of a, I want to say like a identity crisis, but I think it's because they've been pushed to this point where they know they need to address it. And yeah, and I feel like this person is also trying to, again, like regain their sense of power, and they maybe just feel like they haven't wanted to face their fears. And it's almost like realizing that it takes the most strength to face your fears and to go internal. And it takes a lot of courage to, you know, go to therapy, for example, or be vulnerable. Like true strength is in vulnerability, not in excessive show of power, you know? And so I feel like that's what the strength card really talks about. And maybe it's like there's this energy of maybe they've been able to put out this image of being like very invulnerable or strong, but it's like, how come even though I can put this image out, I feel like terrified on the inside, and I feel less strong than ever. I feel, you know, I'm so afraid, and maybe I'm just tired of pretending like I'm not struggling, because I am. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. Um Yeah. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. So we are going to do an extended reading. Okay, so for the extended, I want to look at how this person is viewing you, or like what their thoughts and feelings are specifically toward you. Because a lot of this has to do with their internal experience right now, and so maybe they're just not really able to be open right now, so that could be helpful to see like what this person does think of you, or what they are thinking and feeling about you. I also want to see um how can you best create more connection here? Like, what's the best move on your end to create connection? I also want to see, I just want to get a lot of guidance for you as well. And like maybe whatever you need to hear about how to move forward for the highest good of all. Um, what else might I want to look at? So we've looked at what they don't. I definitely want to do their thoughts and feelings. I want to see where this connection is likely headed. Um, and then we can see how to best create a positive outcome between the two of you. So yeah, I will have that link down below. Um, I'll have both the Vimeo and Gumroad link in case you guys have trouble with Vimeo. Yeah, so other than that though, if you found this reading helpful, I feel like I'm a little bit like brain dead right now, but I enjoyed doing the reading. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe before you head out. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to connect with you again soon. I'll see some of you at the extended. Hello, pal number 3. Welcome to your reading. We are going to be looking at what the person on your mind is not telling you. So, what are they hiding? And it doesn't even have to be something negative. It's just whatever they're not really being open about with you, what they haven't told you, that is a part of their truth. So we are going to start off with an energy check-in to see who this person is to you. and it's going to be from your perspective, so it should be a pretty good what's the right word for this? It should be a good check-in to see whether or not this is your pile or a person that you're wanting to hear more about. So, Spirit, please take me into pile number. Did I say pile number 2 before? Pile number 3's energy. Please allow me to get honest and concise answers that is for the highest good of everyone, and I mean all beings. Please help pile number 3 get the messages that they need to get more clarity on what is currently not clear. So how does pile number 3 view this person? Okay, we have the Page of Cups reversed. We have the Six of Swords in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay, I am wondering if this could be someone from a difficult past. Either where I'm kind of getting both. So it could be that you were a lot younger or more naive when you were interacting with this person. Yeah, because with the Three of Wands in reverse, I feel like this may be a situation that didn't go as planned. Or maybe that you just had to move on from because you couldn't wait for, like you couldn't wait for this person. And it may have taught you a lot about focusing on yourself and independence and when someone else is not maybe even giving you the apology that maybe you've waited for an apology from this person that you have not had, and so it's almost like learning to move on from situations that maybe are holding you back from being open to something new or just looking to the horizon again. Because I just feel that you couldn't wait for this person, or you couldn't keep looking to the past to try to resolve this before you can move forward. So sometimes when these messages come through, they can be more situational rather than attributes of the person, but maybe that will come through as well. So how does pile number 3 view this person? Okay, we have the Seven of Cups here. Okay, I thought I might have to cover it, but it's blank on the chest part, so it's fine. But yeah, I do feel like this is someone where you really didn't know, maybe there was a lot of confusion here or illusion even, feeling like this person had you very confused as well, or like you didn't know what to expect or what the truth was, or I just feel like this could have been someone who left you in a lot of confusion or a lot of unanswered questions, not knowing what was what. Can we clarify the Page of Cups in reverse? Okay, yeah. So we have the Fool in reverse, again, reiterating that this is Aquarius energy, but it is just speaking to me about this maybe being someone that you could have been a lot younger or more foolish at the time when you were interacting with this person. Or with the Two of Wands in reverse, maybe this is someone like you feel that you didn't really take the time with the Seven of Pentacles to get to know, because maybe you didn't, with the Two of Wands in reverse, you didn't really feel like you had a plan, or you didn't maybe you were in an energy where you weren't someone who felt like you needed to realistically look at the future or look at how things were gonna realistically work out, because the Page or the Two of Wands in reverse can be an energy where you aren't really making a plan, or you're not taking action in accordance with a long-term vision, and you could have still been figuring out what you want in your life with the two. A lot is coming through about you, because maybe this person really was a lesson for you, or someone that was like a turning point or a coming of age sort of tale, that you learned a lot through. But yeah, and it may have taught you a lot about what kind of risks to take in your life, and to think more long term, or to think more cautiously, because the Seven of Pentacles is a very patient energy that um you know, realizes that it takes time to really see how certain things are going to unfold, or whether or not you do really want to move towards something. So maybe you move more quickly toward this person. Can we clarify the Seven of Swords in reverse? Yeah, the Five of Pentacles. I feel like this could have been sort of like a lost situation for you, or something that led to it didn't lead to abundance. It didn't lead to um progress in your life. I feel like it may have just led to sort of a lack in your life, or you may have felt abandoned by this person, left out in the cold, or felt like you didn't receive what you needed from this person. Um, you may have needed something or needed help, or even like a certain risk you took, or a certain new beginning with a person, just left you kind of in the cold and feeling down on your luck, down on your life. And it's almost like a situation where you just had to kind of take the L, is what I'm getting. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, yeah, Justice in reverse here too. So yeah, this just feels like a person that you may, yeah, it's like you went down some kind of a side quest with this person, or this was like a road that you went down that maybe you feel you weren't treated fairly, or you didn't get your justice. And with the Queen of Swords in reverse, this could be where you didn't have the discernment in the past. And you can maybe see now what you weren't seeing before. All right, so what else? You may have not had a level of independence at this point, or you were definitely still building your your sense of self. Can we clarify the Three of Wands in reverse? Yeah, the Knight of Cups. I'm gonna look at these. I don't know if I'll take them. Yeah, so I am seeing here, I'm just gonna like look at it. So we do have the Nine of Wands and the King of Pentacles here, but I do feel like this is someone that you maybe felt charmed by, or you felt romantic feelings toward. Um, but maybe you didn't have a certain level of experience when it comes to choosing a partner, or like when it comes to relationships. You maybe hadn't had as many relationships, or you didn't know what sorts of things to look out for. It just feels like this was someone that you've had romantic feelings toward. Um, but it just feels like it was I don't know. You know what I'm hearing is the song You're So Vain, where it says they were clouds in my coffee, saying dreamed about of like what it'd like when we'd be together. But I realize now it's like they were clouds in my coffee, and almost feeling like a person didn't really care about investing in you. They just maybe enjoyed the attention from you, or you kind of realize that someone charms a lot of people and they're not really um reciprocal. If we clarified the Seven of Cups. Oh, and you might have even felt as well like this is someone who had a lot of options, or kept a lot of options around them, or kind of keeps people in the dark when it comes to what their intentions are. Like this could have been someone who kind of showed you some level of interest, but never showed you um what their plan was, or what you should expect. Like you maybe never knew what to expect from this person, or that level of someone never, it's like breadcrumbing a little bit, where you never like give someone expectations, you know what I mean? Or this could be someone who has a way of charming around, you know, any being direct about where this is headed, or yeah, and this also could even be someone that can kind of lead people on as well. But this is how you view them as well. So yeah, and then the Ten of Cups in reverse here, like I just feel like there's kind of this energy of a person that can create a fantasy of like what the future is going to be, um but but there really isn't any concrete plans made, or there isn't any promises kept, or there might be this person has this energy of being able to imply just enough to make a person maybe feel like they're interested or like something could unfold, but then it's like they don't really, you know, plan to be responsible. Like, yeah. Okay. Can we clarify the Seven of Cups? And then we'll move on. Okay, there's Nine of Swords here. The High Priestess in reverse, yeah. And so I do feel like this is someone where maybe you feel like your intuition wasn't super online with them, or you maybe didn't listen to your intuition. But yeah, I just feel like this person almost has a way of getting you to, I don't know, it's like giving Delulu. Like this is someone who can create that feeling of, okay, like I know this is kind of like, it's kind of Neptunian when I'm getting. It's like there's this energy of being in this haze where you can't really get clear and you don't know. It's hard for you to clarify a direction. It's hard for you to get to the bottom of something. It's almost like you never feel like you really know with the High Priestess. Because I feel like the High Priestess can be an energy of just in your gut almost having a truth about something. I feel like this is someone where it's almost hard to know what the truth was, especially maybe if I don't know, it's like this person would imply a lot. But yeah, I do feel like this could be someone where you maybe don't know if your concerns about them are real, or it's almost like this energy of just not knowing what's real or what isn't, and maybe constantly not sure if someone actually has like bad intentions towards you, or not knowing if you should be worried or just kind of lost in the illusion, you know, because it can kind of talk about there being like danger, or because it's kind of giving, I don't know, this, you might have found this person very alluring, and like maybe again this could be though something that you've already seen through, because I do feel like the Five of Pentacles is here, and so I feel like you've seen the truth of the situation. But yeah, I feel like this is overall kind of the story behind this one. So, or it could be that you got, I don't know if you guys are still in the midst of not being sure about this. Maybe you just feel very like left out in the cold by this person, and like maybe feeling foolish, or like this person, like maybe you've taken some kind of risk toward them, or you know, you've allowed yourself to kind of believe in a dream of this person, and then maybe some of you guys are still in this energy of not being sure if you should continue to wait. It just feels like it's almost like they're not giving you the answer, or this is something that's happened in the past. So take it with a grain of salt. As to, we're going to see what they're not telling you, regardless. But I could see this being a more current situation for you, where you just aren't sure if this is someone that's, you know, being like is an illusion. And now I'm hearing the song Illusion by Dua Lipa, where she's saying it's kind of like through her experiences with guys, it's almost like this energy of saying I can tell when someone's presenting me an illusion, rather than, so it's essentially like the lesson here, which I'm already just kind of, depending on what comes through, and we'll go into an extended reading as well to get more specifics for you, but I do wonder if there's sort of a, you know, when you're younger, or you're still kind of in that maiden phase, and this could be maybe what you're in, or this could be someone you met in your maiden phase, where you're still learning, you know, not being seduced by romantic illusion, essentially. Like this is someone who maybe relies on that to keep things interesting, but it's almost like once you've been through enough experiences in your maiden phase, you kind of know what to take seriously and what to not, and to also not like put too much stock in someone before they really show you with action that they're gonna come through, or that, you know, what the idea they're giving you is something that's actually genuine, or they're not just kind of messing around, whatever. But yeah, I feel like you do view this person as someone who is maybe like charming in some way to you. You find them charming, and that could be whatever you specifically find charming. It doesn't have to be any specific attribute, but you know, if that's someone who says all the right things, or someone who's like funny or something like that, Whatever is your particular brand of charming. Okay, so what is this person not telling? What are they hiding or not saying to pile number 3? Okay, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Seven of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I feel like there's just this energy of not giving you the information you need to be able to move on. Like, that's how it feels. Yeah, the Six of Cups here. It's almost like I feel like this person wants you to believe because the Page of Pentacles in reverse is a energy where it's not the most realistic energy. It's also someone that's maybe not thinking very strongly in the form of how things are realistically going to play out. It also can be an energy of someone that promises a lot of like what they're going to do, but then they don't really follow through with action. Because the Knight of Pentacles for me is, or like the Pentacle suit is really about action and following through and being reliable. But yeah, and then the Seven of Cups here in reverse. It's just interesting that we have this Nine of Swords in reverse here and the Seven of Cups in reverse. And it just feels like there is a revealing of these two energies, or like being able to see them clearly is, but we'll see what else is being said here. So what are they not telling pile number 3? Yeah, the Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, we literally have the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Swords here. So I do really feel like there's this energy of someone not being willing to it's this feeling of not giving you the information that you need to make a decisive action for yourself, because the Knight of Swords is an energy that can moves quickly but also very assertively and is also very sure of what they think. I do also feel like with the Knight of Cups in reverse, this is that charmer energy that's definitely it's like they aren't really saying the truth essentially. And so I do feel like this is exactly what they're not giving you. So it's kind of like a mirrored situation where it's like, because they're not telling you exactly what they think or feel, or what, they're not maybe taking direct action toward you, or they're not giving you direct information. They're not being assertively direct toward you. But we'll see what else is coming through with this. So what are they not telling pile number 3? Okay, the Knight of Pentacles. The Page of Wands in reverse. We clear for the Knight of Cups in reverse. Five of Pentacles. We clear for the Knight of Swords. Okay, the Knight of Wands. The Ten of Cups. Okay, this is interesting because I feel like this is almost highlighting as well that they're very much not telling you that they're not giving you like serious plans, is what I feel like. Like I feel like they're not telling you about what their day-to-day plans are or what their life is kind of like. There's kind of this energy of this person almost being like, well, I didn't say that it was going to be this. I'm not saying that we are going to end up together. I'm not saying that this is this person's happily ever after. Like, I'm not telling them that it is or it isn't, like I'm not speaking about the future. I'm not, so it's kind of like, it's almost like this. Okay, I really want to dig into this person's energy for the extended, but I just feel like it's almost this leaving you out in the cold is in this person's mind. Maybe this is this could be the kind of, this is like really annoying. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm sorry. I just more and more give my own opinion about things, because it's just like, it's like this person doesn't feel like they're responsible to give you clear expectations. And it's almost like their way of not feeling bad, maybe about, you know, if you're holding on to something or if you are, you know, expecting something from them, it's almost like this way of them saying, well, I didn't say that, you know, we were going to be together forever. I didn't say that, or even like I'm not even taking action toward them. Like I'm not even, sorry, there's a really loud mower outside. I'm going to try to cancel out the outside noise. So I don't know how loud it'll be, but I do apologize if it's annoying. But there is almost this energy of like invalidating your fears or your concerns, or like even like maybe this energy of what is it like is like this is just the kind of person who knows exactly what they're doing but tries to play it off like um you know, I didn't do anything. Like there's almost this energy of like I didn't do anything to um get this person, or I didn't say anything direct to get this person to believe that there was going to be this future between us. Um and if they are thinking that with like the Page of Pentacles in reverse, like I don't know, like that's on them then. Like I'm just, you know, I don't know why they would think that, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like ignoring um just obvious like dating, or it's just obvious that a person would feel led on. I feel like this is someone who leads people on and then doesn't tell them that um it's like they're not saying like maybe they even feel like they're like, well, I've never said that I have these feelings for you, or I never said that whatever. But I just want to clarify. Can we clarify the Seven of Cups in reverse? Yeah, it's like this Four of Pentacles. I feel like this person is like, me not sharing my feelings isn't me um omitting like the information that pile number 3 needs. It's almost like I don't tell them like what this is about. And there's also this energy of like keeping you guessing as well, because we had 3 nights here where it's like what are you getting at here, you know? Can we clarify the Page of Wands in reverse? Yeah, again, it's like yeah, and this could even be someone that doesn't tell you whether or not um this is some path that they want to go down again, or if like they see potential here. I feel like this person doesn't tell you like what, like maybe even what they're doing, because I also feel like they could be like they may be taking a lot of actions that you aren't aware of, that if you were more aware of, you might be more clear on these things. Um but I feel like they might not be telling you that they are, maybe they have tried to say that they're trying to figure things out for themselves. This is a confusing reading because this person's logic is weird, or like, or is frustrating for me to read. What's the purpose of all these knights here? Yeah, the Seven of Swords in reverse. It's like I feel like this person is very good at lying to themselves, and also maybe being in like denial about, I also feel like this person doesn't reveal the truth to you. Or they may lie to themselves about the actions that they take in their own life. Or it could even be keeping you in delusion, or keeping you in this confused state. You know what would be easier, you guys? I want to see what this person would say. What would this person say if they were being completely honest? What would this person say if they were honest? Because it's almost like a double negative is tricky with this person, because I want to say, what would they say to clarify what they have not been telling? Pile number 3. Sorry, I feel like that's going to be easier. What would they say if they had to clarify what they've not been telling? Pile number 3. If they had to say what the truth of it is. Okay, we have Leo. Six of Pentacles in reverse. What would they say if they had to clarify the truth of what they're not saying? Four of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. Three of Swords. What would they say? Page of Cups in reverse. Knight of Wands. King of Pentacles. Okay, the Knight of Cups. Okay, and then we have the Four of Cups here in reverse. Okay, this is what I'm getting. Okay, this is kind of crazy. This is just for some of you guys. If this person like has some sort of like commitment that they're already in, or maybe it's like I don't know, maybe this could be like a boss or someone who's already married. And maybe what they're not clarifying to you is whether or not their like energy toward you, or like maybe they're not clarifying whether or not they want to stay in that relationship, or whether or not they are planning to move on from it. And it could also be that they're not clarifying what the purpose of their actions are toward you. Like if this person doesn't have any intentions of pursuing something with you, or like having a future with you, then why are they not focus on what they're doing, if that makes sense? Because I feel like with the Four of Cups in reverse, it's almost like this person seems to not turn down attention. Like I feel like this is someone who really likes attention and maybe likes to pretend like things are innocent. But I do feel like this person's almost secretive about, I feel like this person is entertains things romantically with many different people without the true intention to maybe be the King of Pentacles for them. Like it doesn't mean that they want to have a future with you, or and it also doesn't mean that this could go for, I don't know, maybe people have different situations of this, but this does almost feel like someone that is already committed, and they are supposed to be this like King of Pentacles energy, or for whatever reason this person gives off the impression that they are a King of Pentacles. Does that make sense? So even if if you know that this person isn't married or anything like that, maybe the reputation that they have is being someone who you would expect to be pursuing romantic options in a way that the intention was something serious. Like I feel like this person gives off that reputation or that energy, but then they're out here acting like the Knight of Cups with pursuing all these different options. And it's like, if this person is this King of Pentacles, then why are they so open to literally every opportunity that passes them by with the Ace of Wands? Like they're in this Knight of Wands taking action kind of, you know, through like, I don't know, maybe it's like based on like, physical passion, or like this person can kind of, be very driven by that, and like maybe even acting somewhat, maybe they're even acting immature, or they are, I don't know, it's almost like who this person, represents themselves to be, and maybe the public sees them as, or this is the image they give off. They for some reason act like this, someone who's more immature, or someone who it's giving like, I don't even know, like someone that maybe likes to be really flirtatious, or like kind of childlike and playful, and even like a teenager being like in and out, or like just kind of pursuing passionate things. But then with the six, this is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. It's almost like they it's like I feel like you don't know what this person wants. Like that's the biggest thing that's confusing about them. But I also feel like there could be this energy of not really planning to be in an equal relationship. It also could be that this person is someone who is older, or in a higher standing, or is married, that kind of creates these dynamics with people that are maybe younger than them, or maybe they're playing out some kind of like you know, maybe they're bored. It's almost this energy of them knowing they should be this King of Pentacles, you know, very reliable, you know, someone that isn't gonna be doing all this stuff. It's almost like if you're doing all this stuff, like, why are you creating these dynamics with people where there's a significant age difference or power difference? Or it's either that or it's like, I don't know. I could just see that. Like, I could just see this being someone that is like, kind of like, not, I want to say targeting, but it's almost like the fact that they're creating these relationships with people um that really don't maybe feel like it makes sense, if that makes sense. Like it's like this, you would think this person would be going toward like a Queen of Pentacles, if that makes sense. Like someone very much an equal to them. Someone that, you know, maybe is like very like much their age, very responsible, very well established within themselves and their career, or like they're just very much already built themselves up, you know. They might target people that they know are looking for security. um and it just feels like there's this confusion of, especially if you are younger, or maybe they target people that they know that they're trying to build themselves up into a Queen of Pentacles, or people that maybe are not quite there yet, but it's almost like because of that naivete or like that younger nature, it's almost like they act that way, is what I'm getting. Is like this person will act like they, you know, kind of, they'll give the signs that they are interested romantically. Does that make sense? Because why are you, if you are this person that's way beyond, you know, acting like that or being like that, like why, even if they won't act the exact same way, it's like, why are you being romantic, or why are you kind of entertaining this energy, unless either A, you are that way yourself, like you are not really this King of Pentacles, like you're acting like you are, or you are actually interested in someone and interested in kind of elevating them, you know what I mean, or making them like your partner. But it just feels like that isn't what's going on. So I just feel like there's this energy of this person almost being like bored and very open to, I don't know, entertaining things in this flirtatious or romantic way, maybe as a way to bolster up their ego or a way to make them feel strong. It also could even be though that there are other people that but this could even, ew, this is almost creepy because I'm almost getting like a Leo can be very childlike energy. It doesn't have to be creepy, but I'm just saying that it just feels like this person, like that's what rules over children and romance and flirtation and things like that. And so it just feels like this weird dynamic where they create these power differentials that where they get to feel maybe strong and like powerful and like they know more. um but it's this imbalanced connection. It's like anyone that's doing that is obviously like immature themselves. And it could even be as well with the three of swords in reverse, that this person is wounded themselves and they kind of look for, you know what I'm hearing is the Taylor's, I don't even listen to Taylor Swift very much, but that song that's like you'll find something in every maiden's bed or something, or like you're kind of searching for something with all these maidens, or you guys will probably know what song is that. Is it Fortnite? No. Or you're searching for something better in every maiden, something like that. It's almost like this, and it's like this pattern of the way that this person is. Um, but I just feel like you would only fall for this person if either you were like younger, or like this person had some sort of, it doesn't mean that they have to be older, but it could be that they have some sort of position or wealth or stability in their life already. Um, it just feels like whatever inequality there kind of is, especially when it comes to the pentacle suit, you know what I mean? Like, especially, you know, someone that might be looking for stability or a partner or something like that. But um, it just almost feels like this kind of like trapping thing where it's like, I don't know. because I'm also seeing like Alice being, oh, again, this phrase keeps coming up for me, but it's like, then the rabbit got me. And it's almost like your time's up, or it's like something's kind of an illusion, or you're about to have a tower moment. But I do feel like this is someone who like piques people's interest, and they kind of get them to follow the white rabbit towards this like castle, you know, this energy of, you know, allure and stability and status or something like that. And it's like, any person is going to feel intrigued by that. But why are you doing that if you are really this King of Pentacles, you know, yeah, this King of Pentacles. Um, yeah. And I feel like they, again, there's this castle here where it's like, why aren't you in your castle? Like, go in your, if you're going to say you're the owner of the castle, why are you looking for people that are outside the castle? Like, that's almost like how I feel, is like they might kind of look for this kind of person. And they may enjoy being the one with the resources or something like that. But if you're wondering if this person is someone that just entertains things kind of flippantly, despite whatever their situation is, yes, like they are that kind of person. Yeah, this is a strange. Yeah, look at this orphan card in reverse here too. Yeah, and that orphan card. No. It's about creating like false structures, or like maybe even people that are like down on their luck, or like, you know, don't have as much in some way. What is the hidden truth, or what are they hiding from pile number 3? Okay, we have the thinker in reverse. We have time to go. I do feel like there's this energy of them very much being aware that they may keep people in their head about them. Or like I feel like this person plays mind games, where I feel like they like to cause people to overthink, so they aren't able to get to the right conclusion about like, oh, I need to leave, you know? Or I don't want to, like, yeah, I feel like that's what I'm kind of getting here. Is they don't want you to have clarity, or like they kind of keep you overthinking or in analysis paralysis to a point where you can't realize you should leave. Okay, this poise card came out. Yeah, look, we have not for you here as well. Yeah, and I feel like this is, look at this. This is like this energy of almost wanting to lead people. Yeah, they may act very confident, or they may give people confidence boosts in some way, but I feel like they might just have this energy of kind of getting people to chase after them. And so it's like, even if there have been red flags or something like that, it's like they have this way of almost making people, I'm kind of getting a Cinderella energy, but it's not the usual story plot. It's almost like, imagine it's Cinderella, but the evil character is like the prince, and the prince kind of targets people like Cinderella. Um, and it's instead the prince wants to be chased by Cinderella, not the other way around. Does that make sense? So it's almost like giving them a taste of, you know, what it could be like if if they could be in the castle with the prince, and kind of get them out of some sort of like life where maybe they're not, you know, as wealthy or something like that, or like, you know, they've been like mistreated in some way, you know. It's like, just think about like the Cinderella kind of vibe, and it's like someone who has to work really hard and doesn't really get their fair compensation, things like that. And it's like, I feel like this person targets people where it's like, although maybe typically you wouldn't have thought you should pursue this person anyways, it's like this person gives you just enough of a taste of it to get you to try to chase after something. And it's almost like, so you can't realize that like whatever sort of you're chasing, whatever magical kind of fantasy it is like, it's not for you, and it never will be. And there's almost this energy of like this person using that in this mean way, where it's almost like in the end, like it's always going to be you or the person that they're doing this to that is like maybe made to feel like they were stupid, or like, why would they, you know, like it was never for them anyways, like they should have known that, or like they should have known that there never was really any potential. And it's like, well, why did you give me that hope then? Why did you entertain me if I'm just Cinderella? You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with you? Yeah, I don't like this. Anything else? Okay, we have breathe here and then come to the edge. I feel like this person like knows that they stress people out though. Like I do feel like there's this energy of like them making it hard to get like peace of mind. And I just feel like this person like knows that they cause you distress cuz like with the 7 or sorry, with the 9 of swords here, it's like it can be really anxiety inducing to not know whether or not you should be taking a risk, whether or not you're getting a green flag or not. It's almost like this person doesn't give you you just feel kind of unsafe in this, or like they cause people to feel like, should I take this risk? Like, should I take this chance? Like, no, I shouldn't go to the ball. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like encouraging someone to do that. Um, I don't know. I just feel like this person can kind of hijack people's sense of equanimity, and their sense of ability to just kind of make a decision because they're not being knocked off balance or they're not overly excited or overly fearful. Um, yeah. If we get anything else about what this person hides from pile number 3, it could even be that they hide that they would never actually like take a risk here, like that they're not really willing to take a risk. What do they hide? Okay, we have rest and rejuvenate. It's coming out twice. Blossoming abundance in reverse. Woman holding a coin here. Angel of balance and the sun in reverse. Door to value. There's a lot here around like this person being very synonymous with being this opportunity or being this again like this ticket to the Queen of Pentacles. Like this could even be a situation with, because blossoming abundance in reverse, it's like I do wonder if this person, it's almost like they may offer as well, or they may know that there are certain people that have like anxieties about like the financial, or like that they aren't as established in work or aren't as sure about their future. And it's almost like this person can kind of present as this solution, or like, um, you know, they might even give people this sense of safety, or like this sense of like with the King of Pentacles, like being someone that helps guide people or helps, and then you almost start associating that person with being this supportive energy, but it's almost like because they're relieving you of something you're already stressed about. And again, it's like this person like may create themselves as some kind of like an advisor or someone who's like helping you, or you know, that has the key to how to get into this palace, right? um and like maybe people that are feeling like, you know, not so sure about what the future holds, or like the path doesn't seem so bright right now. um and it's almost like instead of working on yourself and focusing on your own path, it's almost like you start to focus on this person as the key. It's like this person positions themselves as the key to some sort of um refuge, but it's like, and then they're seen as but it's like, what's their true intention in doing that? It just doesn't feel like it's actually to be this supportive person. Yeah, it's kind of giving that vibe of someone that would do that and then like do something weird, you know what I mean? Or like do something that's like, okay, like I feel like this person is interested for other reasons. Yeah, so I don't know, that's what I'm getting here for your person. I hope that that clarified enough. I do want to dig in deeper to this and see what is this person's MO? Like, why do they do this? Why do they, what is the truth of this person? Like, period. Like what kind of character are they? Like, how do they operate? What are their true intentions toward you and in general? Um, how do they view you? Let's see how they view you and what they actually want with you, you know? And then let's get you guidance as to what, you know, is in your highest good as well. So, before we do that, I just want to get a card of guidance. Yeah, look, I just cut the deck and here it is. Door to personal healing and happiness. Like, don't think that there's going to be some sort of person or relationship or external opportunity that is going to be more important than you tuning into like your own personal healing and happiness. And it's like, it's almost like not thinking that the door to value here is more attractive than this door to personal healing and happiness, even if it isn't this like golden city. It's like, learn where to find your peace, even if it doesn't you know, it's more about realizing that the internal state of being is something that's more valuable, and whatever can bring you closer to that is more important than this, you know, this material. Yeah, we have Angel of Love here in reverse. So it's like learning like self-love, and not looking to the wrong communities to find financial security or personal security. But yeah, we're gonna dig deeper into this person, you know, what their deal is, you know, what their intentions are, what they want, how they see you, all that kind of stuff to give you a better idea so you can make a better choice for yourself. And then we'll just get guidance and anything else that hasn't really come through. So I'll have that link down below in the description box. I will have both the Gumroad and the Vimeo linked, depending on what you guys like better. If you found this helpful, if you're able to hit the like button before you go, don't forget to subscribe. And I hope to see you again in a future video.